Oh, I find this one interesting, you guys. After Judge Berman handed down the ruling, the NFL confirmed that Goodell will be staying away from Thursday's season opener between Brady's Patriots and the Steelers. He will not attend because he believes the focus should be on the game and festivities, according to Fox Sports. Will, I come to you first. Do you have a problem with the commissioner of the National Football League not somewhere with attending, no, I'm unbiased, not attending the season opener of the defending Super Bowl champions?
Yes, but with a caveat.
Okay.
I have 2 sons, and I would and will teach them that you should always be the bigger man. You get knocked down in the mud, you lose a fight, you start a fight, you win a fight, you pick the other guy up.
You don't fight.
You end the fight. Well, sometimes you have to fight.
Sometimes you gotta fight.
That's right.
Sometimes you have to fight, Kate.
You know that.
But be the bigger man. After it's over, win or lose, look somebody in the eye. Say, let's put this behind us now. We did this. Let's shake hands. But, and of course that would sound like I'm suggesting commissioner.
Yeah.
Show up to the game.
Yeah.
Not just for your own character, not just for your relationship with the Patriots, but for the greater good of the league.
Yeah.
But the complicating factor, the caveat that I offered to you is, the fight's not over.
Okay.
Like, they're still around on the mud, rolling around. He's decided that he's going to appeal the decision. The NFL is going to take this to the Second Circuit. A highly unlikely proposition to win, by the way.
It's his league.
Yes, it's his league. The appeal is going on. It's going to go on for a year. Less than 10% chance, by the way, that you win on appeal at the Second Circuit. So, for all intents and purposes, I don't know.
I was going to say that as well. I've been researching winning percentages at the Second.
By the way, we shouldn't treat legal decisions like they're sports predictions. I see people on Twitter and other places going, did you get this one right? Did you get this one wrong? Whether or not you got a legal decision right is whether or not you could predict someone else's human behavior. It has nothing to do with the merits of a case. But did you get inside Judge Berman's mind and predict him? It's not the same thing as whether or not the Steelers beat the Patriots. So let's put this prediction stuff to the side. That being said, the fight's still going on. Molly, Kate, it could go on for 10 months. It could go on for longer than 10 months.
Can't wait.
The commissioner can't put that on hold for 10 months. He can't put the greater good of the league, his relationship with the New England Patriots, on hold for a year. You can't have a festering bubble of anger in one of 32 places in this league. Yes, I'm talking myself into it as we go.
Yeah.
He should be at that game.
Yeah,
even though the fight goes on.
You use the analogy of they're still fighting, they're still in the mud, but it seems like the more proper analogy is that it's ding, 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 it's a boxing match, and it's in between rounds right now. And if you have to do an interview between a round, like we make coaches do interviews all the time after the third quarter, you still got to do your job, even if you're in the middle of it, even if you're in the heart of it. I mean, when I covered, an analogy here, when I covered the Sixers for the Philadelphia Inquirer, I wrote a column on Samuel Dalembert. He was a center, and he didn't have a lot of post moves. And after practice, he was often practicing three-pointers. So I wrote a column about how he's practicing three-pointers when he doesn't have a post move. The easy thing to do would have been the next day to not go to Sixers practice. In fact, I could have even told everybody that it was better for the Sixers if I didn't go to Sixers practice, because I didn't want to be a distraction. Because I knew Samuel Dalembert probably wouldn't be very happy. But I went to Sixers practice because that's the whole point.
Of course you did.
You got to, if you write a column, same as what's happening here in the NFL, not exactly the same, right? You got to show up the next day. You got to show up and take whatever heat for taking whatever stance you've decided to take. So if Goodell doesn't show up, don't tell me he's about protecting the shield. He's about protecting himself and the owners. And that's not completely what the shield is about. Aren't there a lot of players behind that shield too? I'm assuming they want the fans to think that they're behind this shield as well. I'm not going to think that all those people are behind your shield if you're not showing up and literally doing your job, which has always been to show up to the Thursday night game, which is at the home of the Super Bowl winner on the opening of the year after the Super Bowl. That is part of your job.
His argument is that he would be a distraction, right? I don't know how you're a distraction for that 30-second television shot from the luxury booth.
Well, I was
a lot of television shots.
Yes, exactly.
You're right. It would be more than 30 seconds
would be
from the
in
luxury.
their faces the entire time. But do you guys think this looks bad? Are you losing respect for Roger Goodell by him not showing up?
Yeah.
Yes, I would lose respect for Roger Goodell for not showing up. I mean, again, to this entire argument, be a man. You know, show up, do your job. You don't like when I say be a man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, would it be bad to use the opposite?
To be a woman?
Yeah.
It's a term,
it's a
term of art.
What if we had a female
Just be a
commissioner?
boss.
Could she just, we'd have to tell her to be a woman?
It's a term of art that comes with a certain, he is a man. So.
It's true.
He ought to be a man.
And it's never been a woman, which is all part of a larger conversation.
Hey, progress. Things are happening. We've got some coaches coming. All right, let's keep this one going, though, and focus on the field now. So now that Brady will play the first 4 games of the season, the Vegas odds have been updated. According to Westgate Las Vegas Superbook, here are New England's odds before and after the Tom Brady ruling. I want to highlight something here. There was a 4-point swing for Week 1 based on one player. That's number 12. And their odds to win it all went from 10-1 to 8-1. Kate, what are your expectations for this Pats team now?
They're really high, but they've always been really high. I mean, even when I assumed that Tom Brady's 4-game suspension would be upheld, I figured they would maybe go 3-1, and then very smoothly, as all things go with the Patriots, Tom Brady would get behind the wheel of that car, and they'd be off and running. So my expectations for them are really not very different today than they were 2 days ago. I mean, I think I have them in the AFC Championship game if I had to predict right now. Obviously, I'm a little worried about their secondary. They've got... Yeah. You know, Darrell Revis is a huge loss. I think they're going to have to be really, really smart in that secondary. But that's the thing that they've always proven that they can do, is that you may not think they have the right guys, but then they have the right guys. So my expectations for this team are the same as they were before, which is really, really high.
Oh, mine are different. Mine are different. I think you have to put the Patriots as the favorite to be in the Super Bowl, if not to win the Super Bowl at this point. One thing the Patriots have shown the ability to do is to adopt an us against the world mindset. If somebody hates us, real or imagined, we rally together and get better. I have friends that have played for the Patriots. They've told me about the slights that Bill Belichick will latch on to and the team will rally around to become that safe haven amidst a world that's against you and makes you better. In the year that Spygate came out, Week 1, 2007, they went 16-0. I think Tom Brady comes out with the biggest chip on his shoulder. The New England Patriots organization as a whole comes out with the biggest chip on their shoulder. And if past is precedent, they will be so scary this year. If I'm the Buffalo Bills or the Miami Dolphins or the Indianapolis Colts, for that matter, who might see them somewhere down the line in the playoffs, I would be very, very afraid of the New England Patriots. Super Bowl. I don't know about champion.
You and I agree on that, the chip on the shoulder, but like, what changed with the reversal of the suspensions on that? Regardless of whether Tom was out 4 games or not out 4 games, this team was fired up. Yeah, the rhetoric that Belichick was going to use, in fact, some of that might have even been to a higher degree if Tom Brady had been suspended for 4 games and then they had backup QB and it was like, let's prove to the world that we can do it. So I totally agree with you that they take that mentality and that they're absolutely going to have this mentality this year. I just don't see what the suspension changes with all of that.
That's interesting. Had Tom Brady been suspended for 4 games, might they have had that extra intangible even more than him having a suspension completely gone? Either way, you're right. They are going to have that attitude as a result of this entire incident. And they certainly have room to be better. Yeah. They weren't at 100% capacity, can be no better.
Yep.
And I anticipate
that defense
they will be better.
All right. A little college football now?
Yes.
That's
more sports?
Yes. We had real college football last night.
Right.
We had real games.
We did.
TCU.
Yes.
And one of our favorites might have some question marks.
Okay. Up next.
I know your predictions.
Ohio State is the defending national champion and unanimous #1 team in the country heading into the season. So should we already plan another title celebration in Columbus? We make college football playoff picks. That's next.
What do you think about